Let's say you have that dreaded phone call from the user that always seems to be having trouble. And in this case, they can't get to the internet. And of course, you realize a dramatic loss of productivity is going to happen if they can't get to the internet, because most office users get a lot of work done on the internet. So you immediately rush over there to try to handle the situation. Dispense with the idea of remotely accessing the box, since if they can't get to the internet, you probably can't get to their box either. So you actually have to do the other thing network admins hate to do and get up out of your chair and actually walk to the box. But here we are. We've arrived at this user's computer. And this is a fairly well-to-do user because he's got quite a display here. But we're going to try and, first of all, duplicate the issue. Can I get to the internet? Well, I'll bring up my Internet Explorer here, and let's see how far I get. They told me they couldn't get there. It's spinning. It's spinning. OK, it looks like they have a fairly keen grasp of what the internet is supposed to look like, and this is not it. There we go. Cannot display the web page. So you know what? Who needs a button, diagnose connection problems? We're network admins. Let's see if we can figure this out ourselves. First thing you probably want to do is bring up command prompt. You have that kind of power. Clear out the screen here. Let's see. Let me do IP config information. And I'll go ahead and put the /all in there. And of course, I have to scroll back up to the useful part. And it says that I have an IP address. I have a subnet mask. I have a default gateway. So far, it looks OK. Although there's something we can focus our attention on here. And this is not necessarily an issue. Maybe in your organization, it's how things are handled. But DHCP enabled? No. So now you start to think, what possibly could be the problem? Now, of course, you're going to have to, anytime you point the finger, you realize you've got 3 fingers pointing back at you, that it could be an issue with me, the network admin, if this guy is not DHCP enabled. Because that means either the user, probably not, or me, the admin, probably, typed the IP address that is on this box. So look at it, 10.1.0.217, and default gateway 10.1.0.251. Well, typically, if you're troubleshooting, you want to see how far you can get before it dies. So let's see. I'm going to try to ping the default gateway, 10.1.0.251, and see if I can get that far. That does not look good. Destination host unreachable. If you're not getting to your default gateway, which of course is your next hop IP address, it's your way out of your network, off of your floor. If you've watched the other videos I've done about this topic, where the network that you're on, a host machine, is like the floor in an apartment building. And if you need to get off of that floor of your apartment building, you have to give it to the mailman, so to speak, to say, hey, I need to get off of my floor. This is not local to me. And if I can't get to the mailman, I'm not getting anywhere. So in the case of computer networking, if I'm not reaching my default gateway, clearly I'm not going to get any further than that. That's the first step. Journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step, and I can't even take my first step. So I'm in a world of hurt here. Now this is where, again, as a network admin, if I fat-fingered this, I need to know what the information is supposed to be, which is why, of course, every good network admin has very good documentation, diagrams of his network, all IP addresses logged and easily accessible to refer to. So I whip out my diagrams, I whip out my documentation of my network, which I should have meticulously groomed, and take a look and see what this information is supposed to be. Turns out it's supposed to be, I must have fat-fingered it, because the default gateway is supposed to be 10.1.0.1. So I was like, all right, in this case, the issue was my own. However, I did take correct troubleshooting methodologies to try to figure it out, try to duplicate the problem, figure out what the symptoms are, see what the resolution would be. Let's implement the solution, which would be to fix the default gateway. So I'll go into my local area network connection, go to my properties, TCP/IP, and default gateway 10.1.0.1. And let's go ahead and put that in there and say OK. And then let's see, will that fix it? Can I get to my default gateway now? .1. I'm getting replies. So now I'm reaching the first hop. Let's see how far I can get. Let's see if I now can ping google.com. Goolgi. Maybe they bought that too just to keep me from getting it. Google.com. Ah, that looks like I have successfully isolated the cause of the problem here. Let's see now. Internet Explorer. What's it going to do for me? Come on. Show me the internet. It's not even launching. This never happens at home. Okay, let's see. Oh, look at there. My home page, interface tt.com. We have achieved it. So that's just a quick rundown. I've been running through some troubleshooting tips, strategies, because once again, your job as a network admin, most of it is going to be your phone rings when something breaks and you want to, in fact, your goal is to quickly restore connectivity. So engaging in good troubleshooting strategy and methodology and maintaining good documentation of your network is going to help you go far in your career as a network admin.